First of all, I congratulate everyone that you have completed your one semester. Now, welcome to your second semester. Here, we will discuss your engineering mechanics for your second semester. Here, today we will discuss about the first unit, that will be your objectives of engineering mechanics. So, whenever we talked about engineering mechanics, that means we have to first learn what is engineering mechanics, then why it is necessary to learn engineering mechanics, and where we will apply the engineering mechanics. Then after we will go for the types of engineering mechanics, that's are statics and dynamics engineering mechanics. So before that, let us learn what is engineering mechanics. See, whenever we say and the term engineering mechanics, then we have to define this term, or we can define this term as that it is actually one part of our applied science, and this science mainly deals with the principle, with the laws and principle of mechanics. That means how you are applying the force and how it will effect on the body on which we are applying this force. So for a systematic manner, we can define this is as the subject of engineering mechanics is that branch of applied science which deals with the laws and principles of mechanics, along with their applications to engineering problems. So later, why we should learn engineering mechanics? So being an engineer, it is very important to know the engineering mechanics, because for an engineer it is common that you have to do work for planning, or you may go for designing, and you may go for your construction works. Whenever you go for planning, designing and construction work in the field, it is very necessary, or you cannot complete your work of designing, planning and constructions without your engineering mechanics. That means these are the field where we have to apply these engineering mechanics. Okay, sir. Now come to the types of engineering mechanics. So though it is a broad subject, basically we will classify the engineering mechanics into two parts. One will be statics engineering mechanics, and another will be the dynamics. Now, what is static engineering mechanics and what is your dynamics? See, whenever we say this statics mechanics, it simply means that one particle is fixed. It is at fixed positions. That means and if you are applying force on a body, where the body is in a fixed positions, then if you study or if you analyze the applied force and the effect of this force on the body, then this type of analysis will be considered under statics mechanics. So systematically we can define in this way that it is the branch of engineering mechanics that will deal with the force and their effects while acting upon the bodies at rest. That means here our body will be at rest. It is not moving, but you are applying the force. So we have to see that what is the amount of force that you are applying on the body, and what is the effect, whether this is moving from this position or not, or at what factor or what amount. If you apply the force, then this body could move. For analyzing all these aspects, so we will consider this analysis under the static mechanics. Then we will go for the dynamic mechanics. Here what will happen that is we will apply the force and on a body which may be in a rotation. What it may happen is that this body is moving. Here we study two cases. One will be considered under kinetics and another will be considered your kinematics. Now, what is kinetics and what is kinematics? Yes, kinetics is considered is that say you have applied force on a body, and for this applying force, this body tends to move or starts moving. Then we will study the relation of this applied force and the motion of the body. That means applied force and the cause and the effect of this applied force. The effect is means that whenever you apply this force, this body tends to move. That means this is the effect of your applied force. So kinetics is that branch of dynamics in which we study the we study about the force and the motion of the body, or we can say that it is that branch of dynamics which deals with the bodies in motion due to the application of forces. Okay. Then another term is kinematics. So kinematics is that the bodies are just moving. No doubt this body will move only when there is some external forces or it gets some forces for which it tends to move. But in this field we will study only the movement of the body without consideration of the cause of the motion. That means the applied force for which it is moving, we will not consider that part, we will just consider the movement of the body. That means it is the branch of dynamics which deals with the bodies in motion without any reference to the forces which are responsible for the motion. So these are the basics of this unit, that is objectives of your engineering mechanics, including what is engineering mechanics, why we require, why we apply to them, types of engineering mechanics.